How are you doing today, man?
Crazy. Today's the first day of E3, and we're showing a demo we've been working on for a while, and exciting.
And you're a creative director at Oddgen?
Yep, I'm the creative director.
All right. So how long has this game actually been in development?
About a year and a half. So it's been a lot of passion, long nights, and stress and anxiety.
How did the idea come finally to bring back King's Quest? Like, was it just long gestating in Sierra, or was it always planned, or did you guys like it's time to reboot it?
I think, well, Activision, when we first started, Activision was sort of, Sierra wasn't even back yet, right?
Yes.
So they were looking to bring back King's Quest, and we, of course, jumped at the opportunity. It's my favorite game series of all times. And actually, we were really small. We're 20-some-odd people now, but we were maybe 8 people at the time, and we pitched for what we wanted to do with the new King's Quest game. And to Activision's credit, like, they loved our creative so much, they basically took a chance with us, right? Because they could have gone with a much bigger team. They could have gone with a team that's maybe shipped a lot more games than we have. But I think they saw something, because they knew that I was a big fan, and they saw something in our small team that they wanted to give us a shot. So after that, they decided to bring back the Sierra brand to release this new King's Quest. And, you know, I think the timing's right. I think, you know, we need more family-friendly games that are funny, that are accessible, but also, you know, require some thought. And we've seen some other successes in the genre, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
So what made you guys decide to do an episodic adventure? Was that always the plan, or was there at one point, like, we were just going to do a full game, or did you decide that it'd be easier to tell a story through chapters to his adulthood from...
Because the overarching story is so epic, you know, we're telling like the lifetime of a character, which I'm not sure how often that's even been done in games, but we're going from like a very young Graham to a very old Graham. We realized pretty early on that it was going to be too big of a story to tell in one game. So we actually liked calling them chapters instead of episodes, because it's not like it's not like one story that's broken up into 5 parts. It's 5 separate stories at different times in his life. So it was, if we put it all in one game, I think it would just be really, really a long game. But also, it's nice to have that break in between them, so that the player, when they revisit, you know, they come back into Daventry, it's a little bit older and Graham's age, like, you get that same feeling by sort of spacing out the releases, right? Because you get to come back to the game too and have a similar feeling than that Graham's having when he's aging and seeing the characters again in different states.
So what made you guys decide to do watercolor for the backgrounds and all that?
Well, the old games, you know, they had beautiful matte paintings, and they were all sort of like had this hand-drawn feel to them, and we wanted to do that, but we needed the game to be in 3D. So what we decided to do to sort of get the best of both worlds was we print out our 3D models. We have artists actually physically watercolor on them, and then we scan them back in the computer. And it was all to sort of capture that magic and that charm of the original games and art style.
How did you get Christopher Lloyd involved?
You know, he was just sort of like, we needed to find someone that had that magical quality in their voice, and we also wanted an older actor, because, you know, we tried it at first with maybe some younger actors, and you could tell like that they were sort of putting it on. It's hard to, I think, age up your voice as much as we needed it at the right spot. And so we came across Christopher Lloyd when we were searching for like who could possibly do this that has that sort of like goofier side or quirky side of their voice, and we're like, oh, this is perfect, like, we have to get him. And so we're working with a casting director. His name's Eric Weiss, and he's amazing, and he was able to sort of make the pieces come together to make it happen. And he's awesome. I mean, Christopher Lloyd's done adventure games too before. This isn't his first rodeo. He did, everyone knows the Back to the Future game, but he also
did Back to the Future.
Toonstruck back in the day, which people forget about. So he's been a part of this whole adventure game thing for a while.
So I remember hearing you a minute ago, you were saying that the chapters are not going to be released all at once. They're going to be kind of separated at intervals.
Yep. We haven't announced the schedule yet, but I think when we do, people will be very pleased. It's not something you'll be having to wait a very long time for. You won't be having to wait like a year or something like that. You know, and I think that's good, because the game has so much detail in it that we wouldn't want it to go forever and then you forget and have to replay it right before it comes out.
And the game is releasing on all consoles and PC?
It's releasing on PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC at launch.
And it comes out at the end of July, right?
We're saying late July, yeah.
Late July?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's nice talking to you, man.
Yeah, very nice meeting you.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for checking out the demo.
Mm-hmm.